وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope everyone is doing well and having a blessed day and evening. Inshallah ta'ala, everything will be better, inshallah. So we're going to just talk about getting things together and getting things right. And so we in our life, we have to figure out as we navigate on this long journey or short journey to the hereafter, what it is that we're supposed to be doing in this life. Now, as Muslims, no doubt, we understand that our purpose in this whole scheme of things, this purpose of creation, is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As He says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ, I have only created jinn and mankind for the purpose of worshiping me. And so we know that it's our purpose in life. And so everyone should understand that the purpose of life is to worship Allah. It's not to do anything else. All the other things that we do in life must fall in line with that and be actions and deeds that will be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the hope that we do what's pleasing to Him, that we enter Jannah, that we enter the paradise. So that is the ultimate goal. And along the way, we have to deal with the reality and learn how to get things right and put things into proper perspective. So for us as men, we have to learn and understand what is it that we should be doing, and what should we be striving for. And so we know that Islam teaches us responsibility, and it teaches us to use our mind. And so from the things that we have to do in this world, to make it to the next life, we have to have the things that we need, the essential things that we need to live and to aid us and support us in also worshiping Allah, right, and fulfilling our responsibilities. But one of the things we have to understand is, because I think many people have it confused and don't really know what's the difference between my needs and what's the difference between my wants. What are the difference between my needs and wants? And so the needs are things that you need, like food, okay, healthy and good food. You need shelter. You need a place to stay. You need clothing on your back, to help you in the various different elements that you live in. So if you live in a cold climate, you need a winter coat. You need boots and sweater. You need certain clothing for those environments. So those are things that you need. Wants are, for example, I want a peli, for example, coat. That is a want. That is not a need. You need a coat, but do you need a coat that costs $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 or whatever it may be? So those are wants and needs. So sometimes we get those things confused, right? I need some good shoes. Do I need Jordans? Do I need LeBrons or whatever? Or do I need Yeezys, right? Or do I need a good, comfortable pair of shoes? Like Clark's, something like that, that's going to be good on my feet. So we have to understand and separate the difference between wants and needs. So needs are things that we need or essentials to do the things that we need to do in this life, versus wants are extra things that we don't necessarily have to have, but we desire, we like it. So a man has to be able to understand and distinguish between what is a need and what is a want. And unfortunately, those things have become merged, and we don't know how to separate the two. So we whether it's through the life situations, we didn't grow up and be taught what are those things that we need, or we've been influenced by shaitan and our environments, and we go for all about what I want. And in reality, at times we start to neglect the things that we truly need. So we forget the reality at times. Or some of us, we never really truly knew the reality of life and how life should be. And so therefore we find ourselves in situations that we do not like, we do not desire. And these are whether we talk about the reality of our environment, our community, whether it's poverty situations, whether it's imprisonment situations, whether it's homeless situations, abusive situations. All these type of things we may find ourselves in because we don't know how to separate and deal with the reality of life, right? So we act upon our own impulse, our own false understandings and our own false teachings that we were taught, and we never got the right teachings to help us. So our corrupt environments, you know, and also lack of proper role models are contributors to leading us down the path of destruction. We're destroying ourselves in this life and also destroying ourselves in the next life. And that is, of course, the ultimate destruction, right? And along with that, we don't just destroy ourselves. We take people that we say that we love, our loved ones, family members, along with us, also our communities. We bring our communities down by not knowing the reality of life and not pursuing the proper channels. Play it. So some of us, we seek out only what we desire, and we seek out our needs as well at times. But what we fail to do at times is we may seek out our needs without having what's called a filter. So what is the proper way to get this thing that I need? And so without having a filter, sometimes we're willing to do any and everything to get our needs, okay? Also, we may do whatever we want to get our wants. But sometimes, okay, it's what I need or what you need, but there's a certain way about going about it. So without having a filter, we'll do any and everything, which may harm ourselves or harm others just to get what we need. And that is not the right way of a clear-minded man. So some of us, we may think of others, right, where we're doing things, because sometimes people may do things they don't think about what's the effects of the people around me, how they're gonna be affected by this thing that I do. And some of us do. Some of us do think of others, but at the same time, we've become deceived into thinking that we have limited choices about how we're going to get the things that we need and want. And that's where we find people that they start to commit crimes, whether it's through selling drugs, whether it's through scamming and getting pimping and getting over on women, okay, whether it's through fraud, whether it's through gambling, whether, riba, whatever it may be, this haram, we would do it thinking that I have no choice, I have no other options, this is all that I know, this is the only way that I can do it, I've tried everything else. No, this is a deception by shaitan, by the devil, that leads us to thinking that we have limited options, whether we probably have many options. It's just, are we truly willing to pursue those options? Because some of us, in reality, we're lazy. Unfortunately, we don't want to work hard anymore. So we want to do whatever it is that we want to do. And so these poor choices that we make, they harm others, and it harms our communities, it harms our societies. So as Muslims, we have to have the filter. And we already have the filter, which is, of course, the Quran and the Sunnah, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so the Messenger of Allah, he's the filter. He showed us how to be men. And he was explicit in that. Allah says in Quran, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهَ وَالْيَوْمَ الْآخِرَ وَذَكَرَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا. So he says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ, he said, verily you have, فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ, in the Messenger of Allah, أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ, the best and most choicest, beautiful example, how to live our lives, how to be true men. He was, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the best example in so many different ways. And yes, how to be a man, how to be a father, how to be a friend, how to be a leader, how to be a son. Everything he showed us how to do those things in the best possible way. And so he was real explicit and even in his statements of what to do, of what is good and what is not good. And so no doubt Islam teaches us responsibility. Islam teaches us to work, but not any work, right? So we're supposed to work. How many times in the Quran, amalu salihat, amalu, work. But it doesn't say any work, but righteous work, honorable work, dignified work, work that's going to benefit you in this life and benefit you in the next life. So we're not to be lazy and sit around and just, I'm waiting for the blessings to come from the heavens and I'm just going to wait and sit there, or we're going to be lazy about it and not use our mind, intellect, and go find a way to earn good and decent money, right? I'm just gonna follow the way of the disbelievers because that's how they do it. That's how they get it. That's the society we live in. Those are all poor excuses. Those are all poor excuses that I'm just going to do what society is doing. I'm doing what everybody else is doing instead of what. No, I have a filter. I have a criteria of what I can do and what I cannot do. Yes, I need to eat. Yes, I need to take care of my family. Yes, I need to pay the bills. But there is a filter about how I'm going to go about and do it. And that is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you think we're going to not be tested? Allah says in the Quran, do you think that you're going to say that you believe and not be tested when those who came before you have been tested as well? This is a reality that we're going to be tested with things or our abilities, and there's going to be obstacles and things in front of us that may try to hinder us from achieving our life goals. But that's when you have to dig down and be a man and dig down and pray and ask Allah for a way out. You fear Allah, He will find a way out for you. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Whoever fears Allah, Allah will make a way out for him. This is what Allah says in the Quran. So you have to believe in this, and you have to do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do, and He will definitely make a way out for you. You may have to be homeless for a while. You may have to be walking on your barefoot for a while, and whatever it may be, only eating beans, and that's a blessing. Don't worry about what, as long as you got some nourishment. We got to have all these luxury meals and meat and all this extra stuff. We don't need all that. Those are wants. If we have what we need to straighten our back, that's enough. But we want to have meat after meat after meat after meat after meat. No. If Allah blesses you, you're blessed with it. If He gives you little, you're also blessed. Whether He gives you a lot or little, you're blessed. Be happy with the sustenance, and don't be complaining, and don't be wasteful. In Allah is not like those who are wasteful, and unfortunately many of us are wasteful, and we eat too much, and we waste our food and our energy and our body, and we sleep, and what are we going to get from all that? Because that stuff is going in you, and it's going out coming out in the toilet. But we want to enjoy all these luxury meals all the time. No, you have to eat in a decent way, and this is a reminder for all of us. It's a reminder for all of us. So Islam teaches us to be providers as well. As men, we must be providers. So a man that is living off the work of another woman, let me rephrase that. A male that is living off the work of another woman is not a man. All right, that's just like a baby and his mom. His mother's taking care of him, and unfortunately, we have these guys. I want a woman with a crib with this, and you living off of her, and you feel happy about that. You think you've accomplished something with that. That is not the definition of a man. You are still a boy, a baby actually. Because you're chilling up in her spot, in her crib. You know what I'm saying? Ain't contributing nothing. Ain't got, playing video games all day. Whatever it is you're doing, going get your haircut, working out. So you're doing all this stuff off the back of a woman. That is not a man. I'll let you know that. That is not a man. So we have to get that idea out of our minds. Get that out of our mind. We have to be men, and we have to be contributors. And if alhamdulillah, many men have women that they're willing to be there and support you. But instead of taking that help and support, you abuse and misuse. Abuse and misuse. There's nothing wrong with being supported for a time if you fall into a time, but to be happy in that situation and you don't want to get out of that and you just love the fact that she's taking care of you, no, that is not a man. So, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Al-yadul ulya khayru min al-yadul sufla." He said the higher hand, the upper hand is better than the lower hand. And he said, "Wal yadul ulya," and the higher hand, it is al-munfiqah. It is the one that gives, that spends. Was sufla, that is the what? As-sa'ila. That is the one that is begging and asking. So are you the one that has the upper hand by giving, or you have your hand out like this? I want, I need this, I need that, I need that. Some people, it's all you ever come with. You never come with what you can give and what you could put in. Except for you think just because you're there, because you were present, that's enough that you've gave. No. What are you doing? What are you putting in? Some people, that's all they can do is just beg, and ask. That is not the definition of man. Al-yadu ulya khayru min al-yadu sufla. So that is one of the principles that the Prophet ﷺ has gave us, that we want to be the ones given al-munfiqa, al-yadu al-munfiqa, al-ulya al-munfiqa. That is the one that is spending, not the as-sa'ila, al-yadu sufla. That is the one that is asking and trying to get something. Always got your hands out and take it how you want it and apply it to every situation. Men, so males, so what are you putting in? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Walladhi nafsi biyadihi li an yakhudha ahadakum hablahu fayahtatiba ala dhahrihi khayrun lahu min an ya'tiya rajulan فيسأله أعطاه أو منعه." So what did he say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He swore, he said, "Walladhi nafsi biyadihi," by the one who my hand is in his soul. He said, لأن يأخذ أحد حبله فيحتبط. Right? He said, it is better, he said, "I swear by the one whose my soul is in his hand," he said, "it is better that that one of you, that you take your rope and you tie a bundle of sticks, and carry those sticks ala dhahri, on his back. That is better," he said, "khayrun lahu min an ya'tiya rajul fayas'alahu." And instead of waiting for someone to come and then you ask or beg him, carry them sticks. It's a lot of things, man. I've seen the people hustling in this life, selling peanuts, selling water, picking up. So there's many things that you could do. It's better, and if you just get that little money, it's better than asking, because that person that you ask, he might give you or he might not give you, and then you're stuck with your hand out like this, asking. Where's the dignity in that? Where's the dignity? That you one who need to beg and ask of others. Men, I'm talking to the men right now, or males. Where's the dignity? We have to be one to give it. So whatever job that you could do, even if it's just taking a string and sell a shoestring, something. Chop wood, build a fence, clean people's yards, pick up the trash, something. There's many things you can do. And if you just got a little, that is more barakah, more blessings in it, that little money for you, then you waiting around just asking. Collect some cans, collect some tin. There's many things we can do, but we don't want to. Rather, we want to sit around all day playing games and be distracted, listen to music and all those different things. And this is what we've been distracted with: entertainment, games, and music, and all this. Everyone wants to be the rapper and this and that and make music, right? This is foolishness. This is foolishness. What the Prophet ﷺ, he say about useless speech, which a lot of people do. He says, لِأَنْ يَمْتَلِئَ جَوْفُ أَحَدِكُمْ قَيْهَ يَرِيهِ خَيْرٌ مِّنْ أَنْ يَمْلِيَ شِعْرًا. He said that a person fills his belly with pus and vomit, that is better for him than to spend his time and to fill himself up with shir for the Muslims, with who like poetry. We know the word shir is poetry, right? And here it is, wasteless speech, wasteless poetry, okay? Which is what a lot of the music is in these days. And if we remove the word wasteless and just leave it as shir, is you spend too much time invest time into poetry and music and stuff like that, whether you could be benefiting from some serious work. Right? So spending our time with all this useless speech and music and things of this nature, instead of getting out and working and earning a decent living, we have to reevaluate what is it that we're trying to do, because we're deceived by all this. And remember that a lot of music is from the handiwork of Shaitan. Because of the time, we're going to end right now, but there's a lot on the plate to say about this. But learn what is the needs and what is your wants, and get your needs in a halal, good, pure, and easy way, a acceptable way. And do not commit crimes to get your needs. Do not commit crimes to get your wants. Be a man, Figure out what is the proper way to get things. Even if I got whatever hard work, everything does not have to come easy. You know, you may have to sweat or whatever it may be, but to sweat and earn a dignified and honorable living is better than asking, begging, or committing crimes. And there's one crimes against society, and then also we have to understand as Muslims the crimes against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He's deemed as crime. So we have to know what is permissible way of earning wealth and what is impermissible, and not make these sorry excuses about the environment that we in. These sorry excuses about the environment we in to give us a reason or to do things that are haram, that are prohibited in Islam, to earn a living. Because even if you wanted to say, okay, there's an excuse, for how long? For how long? Okay, you was in a tight situation, so you had to do something that was prohibited, but you still doing it. You haven't made enough that now you can at least stop doing that and turn your money into something halal, permissible. Stop making these sorry excuses. Stop making these sorry excuses. You got to stand before your Creator with that, and I hope that you're ready to prepare for giving that sorry excuse, because it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You think Allah doesn't know that you're just going after your desires? It ain't gonna work. So do what is right, brothers. Get your needs, get your wants, take care of your families, do the best that you can. And these women, these beautiful women that we have out here that are willing to support you, don't let their support go in vain, and don't abuse and misuse them. Don't abuse and misuse us women, and break their back so we could be grown, not even grown, but these big old male babies. So let's be men, and get our needs, get them in a halal and beautiful way, and stop making excuses about why we can't do this or why we can't do that, and elevate yourselves. Have high determination. Know that you are better than what the shaitan is calling you to. You are better than what this wicked society is calling you to. Have high determination and think good about yourself. Be dignified and be honorable, and do not let your lower desires overtake you. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, everyone.